Morning, tubes. Alright, today we're going to do U-joint replacement on our D44 axles, which I need to go grab from the garage. I think I'm going to do that right now because that's what I was totally going into the garage for. Oh yeah, that's what I keep forgetting in the store. I want to get new seals for these. Alright, so we got our axles, but before we can do all this, we needed a vise, and went and got a Schittsburg. Oh wait, never mind, it's Central Forge. Horrible Freight bench vise. We're going to install this in this video. This is all part of our Overland stuff, so this will work out, and then we'll cover the U-joint replacement here in a bit. So we got two U-joints, pretty cheap from Napa. They're about 15 bucks a piece. I got them a little bit cheaper for a preferred customer discount, so that was cool. That, and I had to put new turn signal bulbs in because the LED ones I had went out, believe it or not. So all that was 30 bucks or 29 bucks. So these U-joints here are actually pretty decent. They're tight. I feel like they're turning in honey. They're not. I mean, they're good. They feel great. But my thing is the seals on it are starting to go. They're dry rotting. So why not? You know, this would be a great time to just go ahead and replace these now, since they're cheap enough for U-joints, and then avoid any failures. Because we're trying to minimize the amount of used stuff going into this axle. The only thing that's used is the front, the bearings and the carrier and whatnot. We're going to deal with that later. But those are pretty tight. They're pretty much still factory spec, so I'm happy with those. But we want to make sure that this stuff here seals up and stays lubed up and doesn't fail on us. So I just bought a 5-inch vise, and this ran me like 60 bucks, something like that. Oh, and I bought, because we're gonna need it, a BFG. Not, the BFGs of all BFGs. The BFG I have is actually in the shed, or in the garage. And it's starting to rain. What do you know? Starting to sprinkle a little bit. That's okay. Let's get this open. At least the packaging looks decent these days. We have the 5-inch. I don't think there's anything spectacular in this thing here. Nope. Well, for Harbor Freight, the part that we need is this, and at least this we can hold stuff and do crafty stuff with it. Oh my god. I got a vise. I'm thinking something like that. What if I just use this? This would just start to come into the middle. We can offset it a little bit so that it comes down. It'll start to bite into this one a tiny bit, and then we'll use the two smaller ones on the outside. The reason why I'm doing that is I want it to have at least one main anchor into this 2x4. And having this right on top of here, which I think I like the center better. It's just all the weight, when you're hammering on something, it's going to come right down onto this. That's why I put two here. I just wanted to make this as strong as possible. I mean, that's never breaking. I also have a mini vise that Adam gave me, and we're going to install that in here too. We're going to put that on the end. Probably might make that a separate thing. I might not even show that. I'm just going to install it here So I have two vices, a baby one and then this skookum choocher. So we're gonna go with a quarter. I'm trying not to cut myself wide open. These are some of the sharpest drill bits I've ever owned. These are really freaking nice. And paired up with these brand new DeWalt's. And then I think for the little guys here, I just use a 3/16. I think it'd be two 3/16. Interesting. I wonder if that's like a common size drill bit that you would use and you'd totally break it. Let's see, do I have a size up? Do it this way. Which is not a problem since we already pre-drilled it. Eventually I'll have compressed air in here too. And then we'll come back and we'll crank that guy down. Nice. Yeah, we're good. So, we got these new U-joints for the D44 P371. I ordered it for a 78 F-150, which is what this axle came out of. So, we had to be very careful we don't, okay good, there's 4 of those. We don't disturb the needle bearings because we have to pull these caps off, put the thing in, and then honk, and then Bob's your uncle. There's a little thing first that you have to do. You have to first get your favorite broken screwdriver, and you have to knock out there's little C-clips in here. I think I found one already. This is why I'm wearing gloves. You have to knock these out first. It looks like they're going in that way. They're this way. I'll show you. So here's these little clips here. They're just going in this end parallel to the shaft. So we're just gonna, we got new ones, so I'm gonna throw those in my little parts bin. See what I'm doing there. I do want to make a shield that I can put up here so it protects my window from shenanigans. Stuff like that. What we could do is we could just gonna try and knock the stuff loose here. Oh yeah, that worked great. I don't know, Glado. I don't know where that one went. fucking Ringo Starr. How did he do it? I don't want to do that because that's gonna do what I didn't want it to do. Okay, I need a moment too. God, that's loud. Like that. And I ruined the seals on them, that's okay. So there's that. Now it's just the other one. Now if you're doing this like I'm doing it in your canopy, wear earplugs. Yeah, so maybe we can straighten those seals out. They're deckered. So let's make sure that this new one here can go in. Yep, it's gonna go in. So we're good. This is the right size U-joint. Okay, one axle's rebuilt. Figured I'd do the one axle by myself. And then do the other one on camera. Screwdriver. Yeah, if you hammer around this where these clips go, it'll make it a lot easier for it to come out. It'll break it free. So I'm just yeah, that did it right there. I got the clips out, right? I think my vise might be just a little bit insufficient for that. I'm going to do the first one, but this one needed a little bit extra oomph. So what I found, I put it up against this curve. I gave it 2 whacks. And that's all she wrote, and of course all the bearings got stuck to it. Hey look, I'm bleeding. Yeah, there you go, you fucking asshole. Get out of there. You got a loose thingamajigger there. Yeah, just like that. So what I'll do is I'll go back and I'm gonna wire reel this whole thing all the way down to where this starts. Just clean it up, and we'll probably coat it with grease before we throw it in there so it doesn't rust like that, cause any failures. Probably what I'll do later. I got some nicks here where this seal's gonna go in there. The metal part. I'm just gonna take a file of this later when I get the new seals and just clean that up. So we got these started. Ow, I just pinched my thingamajiggers. Don't you hate that when you're sitting weird and your man stuff just gets kind of goofed up? Okay, that's in. So we know we're pressed in all the way on that side. And again, we want to put them in. They're only going to go in one way. They won't go the other way, so. So we need to crank this down a little bit more. Hammer that in the rest of the way. We're almost ready. In fact, I think we are ready. Come here now. Ah, yes. Success. So, we're going to take this guy, put it like that, get him kind of started. So this is the grease I'm using here. A little dab of that on there. Okay, that's started. Straighten out. Looks like the one side laying pretty good. I don't think we're quite ready for that yet. Wrong end. Making sure all my clips are in all the way. Well, if we got the clips in, I'd say working down there. Okie dokie, artichokes. So I had a little brush here. After I brake cleaned this, I took the brush and just ran in here, just got some of the crap out. Works pretty good. So what I'm gonna do here is, before we put this in, I don't want to put this thing on dry. I'll put a little bit of oil. On there. At an angle. Because I got all this crap in the way. And yay! Well, that is the way the cookie crumbles. So far I paid $26 for the 2 U-joints. They gave them to me for $13 a piece. So that was a great deal. Brand new U-joints. They're just as tight as the old ones, so they're good, but they have new seals, and we got fresh grease and whatnot. So I would say that they're good to go now. So we got both axles done. I don't know if we can do it next week. I'm gonna try. I'm kind of caught in a bill cycle here, so I got bills coming up and whatnot. What I would like to do is, if I can next week, get the ball joints in the knuckles, paint the knuckles or whatever. Actually, no, we're gonna, when this is all built, all rebuilt and everything's put back together, then we'll paint it. But I would like to get the ball joints done and get the spindles, or the ball joint, oh god, I can't talk. I want to get the knuckles back on, and then clean up the one toe link, and I think I'm gonna reuse. No, I'm not gonna reuse it. So anyways, I want to get the ball joints done and get the knuckles put on. And then I got to get a preload tool, that's the other thing, because we got to loosen these up and preload them. Otherwise it'll come undone and walk around and it'll not be cool. So we want to preload that. So that's another thing for next week or the week after, I don't know. But yeah, that's... Yeah, not too difficult, it's just time consuming and okay, maybe a little difficult. But at least now we know we have brand new axles, or brand new axle U-joints. Yeah, this is nice and tight. They'll set up and break in when we start using it, so that's pretty much how you do U-joints. It's not too bad. Now also, the bench I made, man, I beat on that thing and it held up pretty good. So I would say that maybe the wood is a little bit too soft so it's firm. So making that out of metal would have been a better idea, as someone pointed out. But I had the wood and the stuff to put it all together, or most of the wood, and it does prove that we can change the U-joints with it. Just some may be stubborn more than others. Anyways, that vise, the bench, that worked out pretty much just how I planned. It's sufficient. So yeah, that was pretty cool, huh? Well, I guess next week we'll try and shoot for ball joints. I'm getting overtime, so hopefully that's like a whole day, and that's, yeah, we'll be doing good. So after we do the ball joints, then we're gonna look at, I have to get a new hub for the passenger side, or I can hammer it and it just has a little crack on it. I'll show you later, but I could potentially repair it. I can probably reshape it, clean it up, weld it. You know, we could do that instead of spending money on another hub, which I was just going to get a used one and press out the old bearings and just put new bearings in, because that's what we're doing next. or doing after the ball joints. Yeah, ball joints, get the knuckle back on there, and then we'll get the spindles back on, fix the thing and replace it, wheel bearings, brake rotors, throw that back on there, and we're getting real close to being done. Yeah, at that point we'd be close to getting it done. And then I'm getting a new diff cover. That one is going to be awesome. I can't wait. So I'm getting taxes back soon, so I'm actually going to order the radius arms for this, and those are pretty sick. I can't wait. Oh, you guys are gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Oh my god. Anyways, that's enough of this video. I'm gonna clean up and enjoy the rest of the day. I gotta work tomorrow, so oh, and I have to edit this video. What am I thinking? Anyways, have a good one, guys. Open the window, all the air is falling out. Eyes like you.